Hello there. Grand Rising, it's a beautiful day here. We finally get some sunshine. The birds are singing. So lovely that the earth is waking up. It's good to be here with you. So I have a pretty fun topic for today. We have been having a very interesting conversation in our group about artificial intelligence and whether it's something that we want to have in our group. Hi, Cha-Cha. Yeah, AI, the age of artificial intelligence. It's been very interesting so far. The reason that I want to talk about it today is because of something that it brought to mind for me. So we've had somebody in the group sharing really, really beautiful offerings, and one of our group members figured out that it was all artificial intelligence that was being copied and pasted. So that's part of the reason I want to talk about AI today and authenticity and what it is to be authentic. And so, we're just kind of rolling with things and figuring things out as we go along and dealing with what's in front of us kind of day by day. And it was very interesting that this issue came up because the question of authenticity arose out of all of this. And because we are a light worker group, it's all well and good that people are sharing AI if that's what they want to share. But the point of our group is gathering the light workers together. And if we can quote things, but if we are using artificial intelligence as our voice and pretending that it's our authentic offering, then wow, like what are we doing? It's gone from the sublime to the absurd. And the crazy thing about it is that this person's AI offerings were super compassionate and loving, and people encountered them with so much gratitude. So that gives pause to really wonder, okay, well, it's actually provided some benefit to people. So this is the issue that we've been exploring this weekend in our admin group, having a big conversation about AI. And one of the things that one of our admin members brought in too is that it doesn't have a soul, which also is a fascinating component, that you can program it to say whatever you want it to say or to speak in a voice that you want it to speak in. So there are these layers of what is real coming in now. And yeah, if we're light workers, then it's actually all about using our own voice, is it not? To speak from our hearts, from our souls, and to speak our truth as it occurs to us. So fascinating conversations we're having to have now. I was just saying today, we're having to screen for bots and fake people and so on, and it's like living in an episode of Star Trek. It's such an interesting time to be alive, to be using our powers of discernment to discern truth from that which is false. And, you know, for me, the measure is right here. This is my discernment center of being able to tell truth from fiction. And to be honest, I was completely fooled by this person, maybe because I wanted it to be true. I'm not sure. And so then I've also had to deal with these layers of feeling deceived, tricked, and then the humiliation that goes along with that feeling of, wow, someone really got one over on me. And that one's familiar because I've always been a very trusting person, and I trust that whatever someone's saying is the truth. So it's not a new one in my life. So what's been really helping me with that this morning is a sense of humor and seeing how kind of strangely funny it all is, because what on earth are we navigating now in this world? Having to wonder if people are real or not. Like, wow, it's a very interesting time to be alive. So that's the conversation I'm bringing today. And I would love to hear what your reflections are on it as well. I personally have avoided interfacing with the artificial intelligence because I really value my own creativity and my own voice, and I don't really want to hand it over. And yet, I heard another friend say the other day, you know, we're being given these tools at this time to expand. And so it's interesting to look at our own boundaries around that. Where do we want to bring this in to help us move at the speed of light? And where is authentic human interaction valuable enough to safeguard it? And also, you know, back when I was young and in school, if you took someone else's words and pretended they were yours, that was called plagiarism. And we were like seriously warned about that. But now that it's coming from so-called AI, artificial intelligence, and it's not an actual person that you're taking the words from, but a disembodied, robot, somehow a field of permission has been created that taking those words and pretending that they're your own is acceptable. Like, it's totally fine to pretend. So that's what I'm sitting with today. And what I found the most interesting, and that I've come on to offer with you today, is how much AI today sounds like the stuff that I used to channel from spirit back before there wasn't a thing called AI. So today, I've brought one of my old channelings to share with you. And I guess the other thing that I want to say about that is that I learned from an elder who was a very practiced channeler. And if any from our old women's group is on here, you'll remember Lynn Neal. She was my neighbor down in Shawnigan Lake back in, I moved there in 2002. So that was 23 years ago. And I went to a women's group, and we would gather once a week, and we would share, and she would teach us about channeling and having direct conversations with spirit. And we learned from her for 6 or 7 years, every single week. And And she would bring through these beautiful messages from angels and spirit guides, and she taught us how to have direct communication with the spirit world. And it took a lot of practice. It took a lot of being quiet and asking the right questions and creating energetic protection and intention to only receive from beings of the highest light and love. And these days, the conversations that people are having with AI sound like the conversations we would have with Spirit, with Creator. Except then, we had to really practice being still to be able to listen. And now, it's just a matter of pulling it up on your device and asking the questions, and it's like you're having a conversation with God. And the same messages are coming through. So I'm not here to tell you what's right and what's wrong, but I am here to reflect that practice of self-discipline and listening had tremendous value, and it still does. So today I've brought with me a channeling that I did 20 years ago, and I hope you enjoy it because it actually contains all of these things that I've been talking about today. So excuse me that I am going to be reading from my papers, and you can just, if you want to, you can watch, but there's not going to be a whole lot to see, but you can close your eyes and you can receive the download if you would like, because it's really quite beautiful. This channeling is about stillness. Stillness comes from your ability to generate peace within your core. There is an ineffable quality to stilling the mind that can come with years, but it can also come from wisdom. Wisdom is the ability to see things as they really are and to discern truth from reality. These are two different things, truth and reality. Truth is the world of God. It is the inner essence of things, that which makes them exist in the absence of judgment, viewpoints, ideas, opinion. The world of reality is objective. It is the worldview of life as seen through eyes. That was subjective, not objective. Truth does not require eyes to be known. It simply is. Stillness brings you to the awareness of truth. It is the removal of the lenses of judgment that exist within every human being, because it is based on the filters of your life experience. This is not a bad thing. It simply is another truth. You see, consider your life experiences to have created a pair of glasses, which you wear during every moment of your day. Your life experience has created these glasses, and they determine what and how you see everything around you. This is why two people can have a completely different retelling of an event that they both witnessed. People will pick out and remember different qualities of the event based on their glasses. This is an area where it is important to remember that you are viewing life through your glasses, and to waste time disputing facts because of another person's prescription is folly. What is the point? The world of truth is what can be found when we remove our glasses. It is accessible and available to everyone, regardless of what your soul did or did not do on a past journey, regardless of financial circumstance, regardless of race, color, sex, etc. The world of truth is the underlying unity of it all. in the world of truth, if you see an apple, then I see an apple. There is no dispute over its color, shape, or form, because we are both seeing the essence of the thing instead of its meaning to you. We forget its meaning and see only its existence. Stillness can bring you to this place of truth seeing. When you sit in meditation and still your mind, you are asking your consciousness to take a much-needed vacation. Your consciousness deserves the rest because it is very active and busy indeed, interpreting everything seen, thought, heard, and experienced through the eyes of your glasses. Consciousness is allowed a rest during stillness. Then and only then can your higher self come in to perceive life without filters of ego and experience. This is important for one main reason. When we take off our glasses of self, we can see the perfect union that is our universe. You can see the divine plan, the beautiful coherence and harmony that is the nature of the world and of everyone in it. When you take the time to remove your glasses and see things for what they really are, you can no longer feel anger, resentment, greed, sadness, or despair. You can only see the divine workings of the plan in which you are an integral part. You can see that everything that occurs in nature is an expression of God, and you are a part of that nature. Therefore, everything you do is a divine expression of God. Furthermore, everything that everyone else does is also a divine expression of God. It is in this understanding that true harmony can be born. When you understand at an elemental level that you are as important as everything else that exists, and also that you are one part of infinite expressions of divinity, there can no longer be misunderstanding. It is understood that all is necessary to the divine order, and all is exactly as it should be, always. This belief causes you to recognize that nothing is out of place or a mistake. All is correct, all is in place, all is well. So that's pretty fun. I'm going to take off my glasses now. All is in place. All is well. All is exactly how it's supposed to be. Even this conversation about what is real, what is artificial, where are we getting these messages? Our authentic experience lies right here in our heart centers, being together, being ourselves as individuals, and also all connected in the oneness. So this conversation is probably going to be continued in another thread in our group, Conversations about AI. It's a fascinating one. We're at a very interesting time in the world. So please do join us. And I love you. I thank you for being here. I'm very grateful for all of you beautiful souls. Thanks for joining me today. Have a beautiful day and a beautiful week, and create beauty everywhere you go. I love you. Thank you. Namaste.